Salute, folks. It's your boy, the insurance junkie, your fiduciary fella, the all-star advisor Alonzo Hall, your social media insurance broker, and I've returned today to whap and tap on your head with another ADH wealth solution. Today, I want to talk about a few different things, so I'm probably going to go off on a little bit of a rant. The first thing I want to talk about is with a lot of black men and my love-hate relationship with their experience in day trading, whether it be options or forex. And the reason it's a love-hate relationship. So a lot of that has to do with the fact that a lot of these guys who are quote-unquote day trading are not really day trading, whether it be options or forex. Why? Because FINRA has a $25,000 minimum. So if you don't have $25,000 in a margin account, the alternative is to use a cash account. But if you use a cash account, you cannot trade daily because it takes at least 2 days for those monies to settle. Give me a second, I'm taking out the garbage. And I have a whole box to carry. But so, if it takes 2 days for your money to settle in a cash account, and I mean a penny less than $25,000, you can't open a margin account, so you can't day trade. Oh shit, I just dropped my, oh fuck, I just dropped the garbage, hold on y'all. So, if you aren't trading in a margin account, FINRA says you can't day trade. So this is FINRA, the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority. Hold on now, let me pick up this box. The Financial Industry Regulatory Authority says that you cannot day trade unless you have $25,000 or more in a margin account. Anything less than that, and it takes, again, 2 days for the money to settle. So my love-hate relationship with it is, I'm glad that black men are getting into understanding or learning how to watch the market. Now, most of the time they're not. They're just looking at lines and they're following whatever is popular. They don't quite know how to trade. Shout out to Diamond Dave. He actually does know how to trade. The reason I know there are certain words and terms that he's using that allow someone who's familiar with trading to understand the familiarity. So, you know, things like a sector rotator, if you know what type of an account that is, and all that stuff. But before I go any further, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share. Last, to contribute to channel growth or to schedule an appointment with a licensed financial professional, the links are in the description of this video. So, my love for it is that it is allowing brothers to at least learn how to follow the market, how to analyze the market, so on and so forth. So eventually, when they do get to enough capitalization to actually do so, they can take advantage of their knowledge and expertise and skills being learned in it. My hate with it is that a lot of these guys who are doing this are then being novices and teaching you with their masterclass how to do what they're doing, and unfortunately they don't have enough knowledge of it to actually be doing anything. So it ends up, what's going on, being a waste of resources, unfortunately, right? So what is the next alternative? Well, the next alternative is unfortunately to pay an advisor for that shit, which can be a waste of money too, because an advisor is going to have higher fees for you to enter and charge money management fees like 2 and 20 fees, 2% of your net worth, 20% of your capital gains, and that shit's going to eat up any earnings that you may have. So it ends up fucking us up in the long run. So then my next issue is going to have to be the whole cash flow quadrant. And again, a lot of black men fall victim to this bullshit of thinking that because you're self-employed, you're an entrepreneur. And you're not. I'll use myself for an example. I've been self-employed for the last 15 years as an insurance and financial advisor, right? But that's self-employed. I am by no means an entrepreneur, right? If you have a fucking clothing line, t-shirts that you printed your logo on and you're selling t-shirts, that's a product, not a business. It's not scalable because you can't replicate it and pass it off to someone else and have someone else earn you money off of the efforts that you've done in the past that are now yours. Now, people might say, well, you know, and financial advisors who have a team or real estate agents who have a team. For example, I'm a managing associate. I have 10 financial professionals who are under my supervision. However, that does not make me a entrepreneur. That does not make me a business owner. What does it make me? It makes me a glorified manager. So I'm self-employed and I just have more fucking responsibility. So a real estate agent, you're not a business owner as the leader of the team. You're just self-employed with extra fucking responsibility. That's all, that's it. Now, if you open a real estate brokerage and you are the main broker, or if you open a registered investment advisory and you're the main advisor and then you have advisors who work under you, a resident broker, so on and so forth, then it becomes a business. But until then, you're self-employed and all it is you own your job. So those are a couple of things that get very frustrating to me with a lot of brothers in the community, because we keep falling, what's going on, Chief? We keep falling for the okie doke and going with this bullshit as if it stands true. What's going on, OG? Where your chair, man?
The embers dropping at my house.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Oh, good looking. Man, listen, here, I don't need this. Take that. No doubt, OG. I'll see you later. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. There you go. I can't see. Y'all stay up. So, again, these brothers are sitting here owning their job. And there's nothing wrong with owning your job. Like I said, I own my job for the last 15 years. Right? But as a managing associate, that does not mean that I am a business owner or an entrepreneur. So black folk, we got to realize that there's a difference, right? Even if you set up and sell products, you're not exactly a business owner, you're just self-employed. Nothing wrong with being self-employed. Like I said, I've been self-employed for the last 15 years. So there's nothing wrong with it. But I always hear people who are like, oh, you're an entrepreneur. I appreciate it because, yes, there's an entrepreneurial spirit. There's a pioneering spirit behind it. But I am by no means an entrepreneur. And you shouldn't confuse the two. Okay? You should just get everything. You want to make sure that you have the correct terms for the things that we're doing. And again, back to the day trading. Because day trading, people will say they're an entrepreneur. No, you're self-employed. Meaning all it is that you own your job. And your job is now, your income is now dependent on the fruits of your efforts. So if you don't make a sale, you don't make any money. It's just like these guys who are out here who are drug dealers who are like, oh, I can sell anything. No, you can't. Because the drugs that you're selling are just, they sell themselves. If somebody wants to get high and you got a bag of white powder, they're gonna come take that shit. You don't have to really fucking convince anybody to come get that shit. So it's not sales. these rappers have your mind fucked up thinking, oh, I'm a hustler because I sold drugs. No, you're not a hustler. Because again, if somebody wants to get high and you have the product, they're going to come get it. That's all, that's it. If you want to be a salesman, try to sell somebody a fucking house. Try to sell somebody an intangible item that they can't touch, feel, see, show off to their friends. That's how you know if someone is actually a salesperson. But we keep getting caught up in this bullshit of glorifying the negatives in our community. Now, I don't want to go too long, but this video is going to be probably longer than my regular ones, my regular rants, because this shit is just aggravating and it's hurtful to us as a people. Because then we, if you've got your little logo pressed on a fucking Hanes t-shirt, and then you want to charge me $75 for it because it's got, Hustle Man 101. I don't give a fuck about Hustle Man 101. What's the quality of that item? It's a fucking Hanes t-shirt with a logo hot pressed on it. And you didn't even get the quality Hanes t-shirt to press the logo on. So it's actually bullshit. But then you'll be mad at another black man, oh, you don't support my business. Well, you don't have a business worth supporting, sir, because it's not scalable. It's not a clothing line. You're not stitching that shit. You're not coming up with the designs. Putting a fucking logo on something is not a business. Now, it can be the start of a business, so I don't want to diminish you starting, because you gotta crawl before you can walk. But stop thinking that you're out there fucking sprinting, and you're not. You're barely crawling on your knees. You're crawling on your belly. And you want credit for this shit. And it's ridiculous. And you wonder why George Floyd had a fucking knee on his neck. Well, we don't have the literal knee on our neck, but we do have the proverbial knee on our neck, because we're allowing ourselves to sit there and be crushed under the reality of what businesses are doing, right? I have someone who's a relative of mine who owns a barbershop. He is an entrepreneur, even though he has less employees than I do. You know how he is an entrepreneur? Because he doesn't have to be there to make money. His employees can go ahead and do what they do, and the business will run without him there. Customers will still come and patronize the business without him there. He has time freed up to do other things. However, there's also a whole lot of responsibility that comes with being a business owner. You know how many black guys I've talked to who say this dumb shit? I'll be like, hey, what's your tax status? Oh, I got an LLC. You stupid motherfucker. Just because you have an LLC doesn't mean you have a tax status. Did you know that you can have an LLC with a C Corp or an S Corp? But then again, we go through this dumb shit. Nobody supports black business because you're not doing fucking business. You're hustling on the side. And that doesn't make any fucking sense. And it makes people who are doing business look diminished when we go into the boardrooms, etc., etc. Right? But listen, I'm going to stop right there. I'm definitely going to have a part 2 and part 3 of this. Make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share, share, share. Lastly, to contribute to channel growth or to schedule an appointment with a licensed financial professional, the links are in the description of this video. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, wipe ass. Work in progress every day and see success. Wipe ass. Work in progress every day and see success. Wipe ass. Work in progress every day and see success. And remember, folks, when people challenge you, they don't challenge you to challenge you, but they challenge you to challenge. Accept the challenge. Salute.